Assalamualaikum and hi to our respectful lecturer Dr. Muhammad Ridwan bin Ismail and all my fellow friends. Today, my group will present about how to prepare different type of modern food. Food preparation is very popular among the majority of women. Food preparation is the action that are performed to prepare food to either ensure that the food we consume is safe to eat or to enhance the flavor. These cooking activities require a deep interest so that it is not easy to give up. In order to produce a good and delicious food, we need to always try and always learn from someone. Not only women who are good at cooking actually, there are also men who are more skilled in cooking such as Chef Wan and Datuk Fazli. Cooking can also be used as one of the beneficial hobbies in our free time. Today, we often say that Malaysia is rich in food. It is very precise and the variety of these foods make women especially always have the desire to try new menus. One of the popular modern foods today is crab rangoons. This menu very popular at TikTok and other social media nowadays. I'm very sure that many of us definitely want to try or have tried this recipe. Some menus are very easy to try and some menus are a bit harder. That's why we need to always practice and practice. Practice make perfect, right? Next, we will look at the history of food.
History of modern food quantity category has existed for 1,000 years, as well as there have been large groups of people to feed, such as army. But modern food service is said to have begun shortly after the middle of 18th century. At this time, food production in France was controlled by cults. Caterers, pastry makers, roaster and pork butchers held license to prepare specific items. An innkeeper, in order to serve a meal to guests, had to buy the various menu items for those operations that were listened to provide them. Guests had little of no choice and simply ate what was available for their meal. Another important invention that changed the organization of kitchens in the 18th century was the stove or potager, which gave cooks a more practical and controllable heat source than an open fire. Soon, commercial kitchens became divided to three departments: the rotisserie, under the control of the meat chef or rotiger, the oven, and under the control of the pastry chef or patissier, and the stove, run by the cook or cuisiniers. The meat chef and pastry chef report to the cuisinist, who also known as the chef de cuisine, which means head of the kitchen.
Hi, I will explain about the comparison between the pro and con in cooking. The pro in cooking can enhance and boost our cooking skill. This is because through cooking we can try and error the recipe to improve our skill. By doing this, we can also learn through the media sources such as YouTube, Google and Facebook to increase our skill. The other advantages of the cooking different type of food is we can improve our creativity. Why I say that is because we will be able to acknowledge our creative side, such as we can bake birthday cake, carton cookies, blue chicken rice and many type of food. Okay, the other advantages of the cooking in different type of food, we will be able to make money through cooking. This is so nice and cool idea to increase our income as we got advantages in cooking. Nowadays, people can also earn money through cooking, so I think it will be benefit to us to be master in the cooking. That's what I think about the disadvantages in cooking. What about the cons in cooking? I can't barely think of one because cooking is so much fun and many advantages. But if I have to name it, it would be the waste of time. The reason I said that because the world that we are living now is so full of technologies where we can buy food using our fingers. So I think most of the people will donate their time to something else except for cooking, because we can get our food using wider applications such as Foodpanda, grapefruit, and many more. And then to cleaning after the cooking process can be tiresome to us. So I guess it also the disadvantages of the cooking, because we have spent more time in cooking and it has drained our energy. So to clean up after that will be a bit no, because we have exhausted prepare for the food. Okay.
In real life use or application for real life use, prepare food is very important because cooking creates a culture of giving and receiving positive energy to the people around you. Prepare food like cooking helps us to create time for hanging out with family and friends, having fun and making memories that you will keep for the rest of your life. It can express yourself too. Food also helps some people makes money from selling some food. Example is like brownies, cake, or mangoes fruity. Decorate a nice food can attract customer to buy food. Food can make living better if you have talent and creativity to make some food become better and delicious. Example is spaghetti. You can make carbonara, a lot of things using a spaghetti, like aglio olio. Because food not only can make family catering or friends catering become happy moments, but it also can make for sale if you have creativity to make it money to living a better life. Prepare food also can make children more interested to having any meal, because children love interesting things that make they want to eat, want to having it. For parents who having a difficult to make their kids eat or something, they can prepare food well, nicely food, and use a good creativity to make children love it. Other than that, food preparing can avoid anyone from food poisoning. As we know, food poisoning happen to anyone if you not prepare your food nicely.
As we all know, many of us are passionate about cooking and some are just trying to learn to cook. In cooking, we need to learn and know the basics for cooking. There are many pros and tips that can be used to facilitate or make our dishes more perfect and delicious to serve to the family. Among the tips I want to share is the way to soften the meat quickly is to boil the meat first for 20 to 30 minutes, then add ice cubes while the water is boiling, and the result is the meat becomes tender in a short time. In addition, I would also like to share tips for frying fish so that it does not stick to the pan. When frying fish, we put sour pieces into the pan so that the fish does not stick. Next, a tip to reduce the overly salty gravy by placing a piece of potato or cucumber so that it will absorb the taste of the excess salty. A tip to get rid of fishy fish, chicken and meat is to use the wheat flour and a little water, then leave it for a while before washing. Then, the tip to make anchovies more crunchy is to sprinkle a little vinegar and mix well. Marinate for 5 minutes. Well, so far that's just a tip from me, and I hope this tip is some extent beneficial to all.
Thank you to our lecturer of the course for guiding us to finish the assignment successfully, and also special thanks to fellow group mates together to finish the assignment.